actually it was on the tour before this, the Twisted tour. We broke down, our fuel pump went. It was a great show. We were in Arizona. We killed it show. We killed it in merch. We were like, yes, like good spirits. We pull up to a gas station. We fill a tank. I go to crank the van up. It's just cranking and cranking. I knew right away. I'm like, it's got to be the fuel pump. So somebody was like, oh, maybe it's just flooded. Let's sit. So we ended up sitting at the pump for like 2 hours. A couple of us fell asleep. Woke up, tried cranking it, nothing. We get a flatbed to come. They take us to a AAA mechanic special. They replaced $1,000. They hit us for a fuel pump. They replace it. We get it done. We start heading out. Now we're in the middle of nowhere on the border of Arizona and New Mexico, because we're heading towards New Mexico. And all of a sudden we're driving and everything cuts out again. And we drifted. I mean, I had no power steering. We drift off to the side of the road. And I'm just like, I'm driving. I'm just like, I look down and I'm just like, something's not right. Turn the key back, start, and it's doing the same thing, cranking. And I lost. I remember I got out. I was just like I looked around and it was just nothing, mesa all around us. So of course we called AAA again. It took them like 5 or 6 hours to get to us. We're on the side of the road, and this guy in this rickety ass van looked like something out of Texas Chainsaw. Kind of pulls, because we pulled over on the side, and there was just like this long dirt road that he ended up living like 4 or 5 miles deep into there. He lived in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. He was like, he has solar power, everything. He has like a 250,000 gallon water drum that he collects. Like he said he hasn't paid power bill in like 30 years or something. So he ended up sitting with us. AAA ends up coming, like no joke, like 5-6 hours later. They end up saying that they can't take the trailer. So this guy hitches the trailer on his van. Half of the guys go with him. Now I'm just like, well, you guys go with him to pull the trailer. He's like, oh, you can leave the trailer at my house. The nearest town was 10 miles away. Long story short, we get there, we get the van to the shop. It was a clip on the top of the new fuel pump that these guys didn't replace. A clip that clips in, that you're supposed to want a new fuel pump. So then they fixed that the next day. We had to go back to this guy's house, but literally like we got to the guy's house, because I didn't go, a couple of us didn't go, and like you step out and it's just like dead silent. Like you could hear a pin drop. And this guy's just like, I'm like looking around like any second, like, is he gonna like chloroform us and bring us in this house? Like, he's like, oh, if you guys want to stay and hang out. And we're just like, thanks for letting us leave our trailer here. We gotta go, man. Time to go. And we hold this. I mean, he was a great guy, helped us out, but it was just like, we're all stranded there, and he just pulls up in this rickety ass van, you know, what's about, oh, you guys are from New York? Or it's like, oh, here we go, you know. So that was pretty intense for us, you know. We were all on edge because we just spent $1,000, and 2 hours later we're broken down. And of course we called the mechanic shop, and he's like, well, we did our part, we replaced it, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, it's doing the same thing 2 hours down the road. Like, what are you doing? So, but we made it out alive, though. You know, nobody was skinned alive and made into like a raincoat or anything, so we're okay. Tales of Toy